What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Jack, and I'm back with another episode of A Daily Dose. Today, I'm going to be breaking down a video from a content creator on TikTok about her realizing men and women don't think the same. Shocker, I know. If you want to watch the original video without my commentary, I'll have it in the description box below. It's a pretty long one. I'm going to try to get through as much as I can. All right, so without further ado, let's just jump right into the video. Before we start though, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Let's get into the video now.
Once you come to the realization as a woman that your whole perception of men until now has been based on a delusion, based on something that Hollywood sold you, based on something that you fantasized about with your girlfriends as a kid, but was not based in reality. Once you come to the realization as an adult woman, and this is after having enough interactions with men to realize that men do not think like us. This isn't bad, this isn't good, this is just reality. Men do not think like us. They are not nurturing and loving and in love with love. They don't think about romance the way that we do. They don't get into relationships for the reasons that we do. They're not dreaming about the life that we're dreaming about. They don't even dream about having a wedding or family or future. They literally are just thinking about, like, what are they eating right now?
Okay. So she has somewhat of a point. She's starting to veer off. Men are the true romantics. Whenever you think about romance, even in a novel or a movie, right? It's always the man doing something for the woman. And as far as nurturing, we are nurturers, right? To a certain degree. Protection and provision is nourishment. Just because it doesn't look the same way as a woman would do it. So she's on to it. She just doesn't fully get it because she still wants to look like what a woman's version of it is. And it's never going to be that way. And no, we don't. One of the reasons we don't think about having a wedding, and some men do, some men don't, right? Because it's really just a big party. And mostly we have to pay for it. So it's like you're really not getting anything, right? Most women want these elaborate, lavish weddings that cost anywhere from $50,000 to $100,000. And I'm thinking, me personally, you guys let me know what you're thinking in the comments. Damn, I could have bought a car with that. I could have invested some of that money and still got a car. Something that I can go physically touch, play with every single day. But once I pay this money for this wedding, I don't get anything past that day but a video, right? A video, some photos that I'm never going to look at. And if I do look at them, I'm like, wow, I paid all that effing money for nothing. So no, we don't think about it the same way that you do.
What do they feel like doing right now? They're thinking about, like, I don't know, like some technical, like, video game, or like, I don't know, there's like a joke about guys thinking about the Roman Empire. That's what they're thinking about. They're not thinking about you. They're not thinking about having a family with you and having a wedding with you and building a soft life with you. And
hold on, wait, let me stop you right there. Because building a soft life, that means cooperation. Women don't want to build. They just want to move in. They just want to find. Look at all the videos. I mean, there's so many videos online about women talking about they don't want to work. They don't want to basically do anything outside of take care of a house. You can't get the house without paying for it. So most of the time, men are thinking about money to buy stuff, right? Because we're the only person that is supposed to be thinking about it, quote unquote. because we're the quote unquote providers. So most men already know that the woman is really not going to be contributing to building that soft life. She just wants to experience the soft life. And for a man, that's servitude, because you have to consistently make money in order to provide that soft life. She just wants to la 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 in her head. Oh, everything's so great because she manifested something and she doesn't have to worry about bills and stuff. Yeah, but they always talking about the emotional load that they have to take on being in a relationship. We have the full weight of the financial responsibility, the financial load, the acquiring the lifestyle now, maintaining the lifestyle, and creating retirement, and also whatever lives you create, i.e. kids, you have to maintain their life, maintain the woman's life, maintain yourself, and continue to invest so that you guys aren't broke in the future. And kids never get out your pocket, especially girls. So it's completely different. And of course, we would have to look at it completely different because we are the leaders.
Having children with you, and if they do, they're thinking about it in like a very, very different way than the way you're thinking about it. They're thinking about like in a very superficial way. They're thinking about
superficial way, the way that I have to pay. None of this happens without the money. None of it happens without the money. So I have to think about the money because you don't want to provide any money to it. You just want to clean up, possibly. Some of them don't even want to cook and clean.
it as like some kind of like prize, or like I've heard some people say that guys think about having kids like the way you think about getting a puppy. And, you know, not all men, blah, 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 blah. But even the not all men, like those guys, they had to like learn about it differently. And a lot of girls will say, oh, well, he'll learn. If he's with me, he'll change, he'll learn. And the other thing is that we don't realize as girls until you've had enough interactions with men that they don't change and they don't learn in the same way that we do, because their bodies aren't constantly changing, because men have very static bodies. Their bodies aren't changing in these like hormonal cycles every month. Like, you know, like our bodies as women are brand new every few months. Every few years we're like a completely new person. Like every few months our blood, our entire blood of our body is like recycled.
This woman completely lacks empathy. And she's I forgot the name of the study, but there's levels of thinking. And when you lack empathy, I believe you can't think past level 3. Level 3 means that you're able to think about someone else's experience in their position, right? So you have to remove yourself from your body or the way that you experience things and think about how they would experience it. Because she's still talking about the female experience. Yeah, the male, we don't experience periods and all the other stuff. We are always thinking about paying, because if we don't think that way, then nobody is going to save you. Nobody's going to pay your mortgage, your rent. Nobody's going to pay for your bills. They have the luxury of possibly having that happen for them. No woman is going to pay a man's bills. And even if she does, it's a woman that you don't even want.
Men don't have that. Men have very static bodies, minds. Men feel very absolute in the things that they believe and they see. They're very unshakable in the way they see the world. And they're not going to change even like a fraction of how fast you would change based on circumstances or based on learning new information. They're just very different. And so the idea that like a man who didn't grow up, wasn't trained to think of wanting all the same things that you want, is going to suddenly like want the same things that you want and suddenly want to have that with you, is insane, and we've been deluded into thinking that, you know, and then in this, as a result of this delusion, we will sacrifice everything.
Sacrifice. Oh my God. Sacrifice everything. Listen, don't get me wrong. Their contribution is a contribution. I get it. You feel like you're sacrificing your body, which you are. However, you want to have the child too. Because this is mainly what you'll hear when they talk about sacrifice. They have to sacrifice their body, right? And they have to sacrifice the career that they don't really want to work anyway, but you need to care about that, consider that, and pay for it. When it comes to, we do sacrifice. If the dude can, I have a video that's coming out and I'm working on it, and I want it to be very, very good. So I'm taking my time with it. And it's the cost of being a bachelor versus the cost of being in a relationship. And spoiler alert, being in a relationship costs a lot more than being a bachelor, right? And looking out for yourself. That's selfish. Any man that's in a relationship, he is sacrificing, because if he can afford to be in a relationship with you, he can afford to be a bachelor and just cycle women in and out of his life.
For a man thinking that that's what he wants to, or that's what he's going to reward, or that's what he, and it's just so sad. It's so sad that how many girls have sacrificed everything for someone that doesn't even want it. This is like a madness. Why they don't even want it?
And it's, I would, what is the sacrifice? Sacrificing everything. What are you sacrificing?
Why would you sacrifice? It's not, I'm not telling you to be mean. I'm just telling you to like face reality. Like, why would you sacrifice everything that you've built your entire life that is so important to you, that you think about every waking hour of the day, for someone that literally doesn't care? Doesn't care. It's so sad. It's so sad. And the thing is, like, once you see it, you can't unsee it. But here's the kicker.
And I know I'm stopping it a lot. I'm sorry. See, this is hookup. This is the effect of hookup culture. This girl has been dealing with a lot of different men, and they do not want her because she's shooting out of her league. I already know. She's trying to get a guy, lock down a top guy, and they just don't get it. Like, once the guy realizes, and once he realizes he's that guy, right? And it's not just him being tall, right? Because you don't have to be super tall to be of whatever version of him. Once you have the money, and again, I'm gonna always preach, but I've said this in the last couple videos. Be aesthetically pleasing. That means being in good to great shape, right? Have your clothes tailored to your body. Having your finances in order. Smelling well, right? Being well groomed. Once that guy realizes that he is him, he's going to take his time picking out he's going to take his time before he settles down. Let's say that. He doesn't have to just pick you. And they all think that they special, and they just supposed to, as soon as you meet them, you're just because they like you, you're supposed to like them the way that they like you, and you're supposed to just sacrifice everything, meaning marry them and fund their life for the rest of their life. Their stress is supposed to just go away. And that's how it's supposed to go in their mind. And it doesn't work like that in reality.
Like, to everyone else, you seem crazy. When I look at my own videos, you know, after having come to this realization about men and women and our differences, after having come to this realization, when I look at my videos and I think about how young me would have watched these videos, young me would have been laughing at me now. Young me would laugh and say, "Oh, you're bitter. You're a bitter old hag.
And this is the trap that they all fall in, because you can't tell them anything when they're young. They have to, for some reason, they have to hit that brick wall. Pun intended. You can tell them, hey, don't go down that alley. There's a brick wall down there and you won't go anywhere. They're going to tell you that you're lying, that you're hating, and it's not going to happen to them because they're so pretty, they're so smart. And it happens to them. I can already tell this girl is approaching 30. It always happens when they're approaching 30. 20, somewhere between 27, they start to wake up. They start to realize that they've wasted their youth, beauty, and fertility for the most part, because just because they wake up doesn't mean that they're going to get a relationship tomorrow. Their standards don't change. They actually raise their standards, right? I always say they start to hold the kunani hostage, right? They don't want it. They don't want to let you get the kunani unless they have some sort of a guaranteed commitment. This is when the speed run happens, aka the Hail Mary. And it's not going to work, because at the end of the day, and I'm not advocating that you lie to them, but it's going to happen. Guys are going to say whatever they want to say or whatever they need to say to get the kunani. And it just is what it is. Nobody's going to feel sorry for you. Nobody's going to care. This is why they had that T app, because they thought that would help. But it's not going to work.
You're a bitter feminist. Look at you. You're crazy, bruh. You're crazy. Who hurt you? You're just traumatized, girl. That is how young me would be reacting if she saw me now. And when I see, other people talking about it, I think to myself, wow, young me would have laughed at them. I really, really, really believed in the delusion. And the thing is, a lot of young girls, most young girls from the community that I grew up in, most, if not all, think the way that I thought. Because the thing is, they're not interacting with men on a regular basis. And even if they are, they're not getting in the heads of men. These men are not sharing with you their deepest, darkest secrets. They're not sharing their soul with you. They don't even know their own soul. The only way you would know what I'm talking about is if you spent prolonged period, years with a man, long enough to see his true self. And the only way that you would see his true self is once your light were to fade, once you were to become dependent on him, once you were to have several children with him, that you can literally never leave, and he would feel secure and safe in that you can never leave, then his true default self will come out. That's the only time you'll get to know his true default self. At best, it's going to be a man who is not violent, who is not crazy, who does not hurt you. At best, it's going to be a man who just doesn't care about the things you care about, because he's a man. At worst, he might hurt you, actually. Because of the way that we've all been trained, most girls who see my videos will say, oh, she's crazy, who hurt you, bitter, old. This was my worldview. All women that talk like this, they're just old and ugly and bitter.
Okay, I'm going to stop it there. And again, this is the cycle that they are doomed to repeat. And this is why it's so important for them to have fathers. Because the father is going to give you that uncomfortable truth, and that, yeah, you need that. Both men and women need it, that uncomfortable truth. And the mother is generally going to pacify, babysit, and tell you it's all gonna work out and it's gonna get better for you and all this other stuff. It's just that manifest BS. Nothing's going to work out for you unless you do something about it. You can't just think that something's going to happen and you're not putting forth any action to make it better. This doesn't make any sense. And again, like they are doomed to repeat this cycle because, one, they do have a lot of women who want to keep them in that cycle because misery loves company, and women give horrible advice when it comes to a lot of different things, especially relationship advice. And I don't understand how women will listen to women who have no ring, they have no marriage, they can't even show you the man that they said that they want. They can't show you that guy. Because 9 times out of 10, they're gonna end up with a guy that they do not want, some guy that was in their friend zone. Most of them don't end up with the guy that they said that they wanted when they're in their 20s. However, a lot of them be single and they be selling courses, and they can give you all this information on how to get your dream man, and they ain't even got their dream man. But women eat this stuff up. They just eat it up because they have hope. That's the only thing they have to cling on. Anyway, guys, if you like the video, comment, let me know what you guys think about this. Let me know what you guys think about my commentary. Let me know what you guys thought about the video. Timestamp it so I can go back and look at what you saw that made you create the comment, so I can kind of get like a idea, and I'm not just looking at the comment and just going off of what you said. I kind of have an idea. Subscribe if you're new. Consider subscribing if you're new. Again, if you want to watch this video, because there's a lot left, this video goes on for about 10 minutes. If you want to watch this video, I'll make sure I have it in the description box below. Until the next one, guys, peace.